be looking at an augment available for Ivara, that is of course for her quiver. This is of course an augment that has just been recently available in the Nightwave shop. We're looking at the power of 3. So here we are in the simulacrum, and the power of 3 is extremely straightforward. Basically, if you hold down 1, instead of shooting 1 arrow, you shoot out 3. So here we have 3 particularly useless cloak arrows. We have 3 dash wires, which are also kind of pointless. We can get 3 noise arrows, kind of pointless. And then we have the big daddy, which is of course the 3 sleep arrows. That's the real thing that a lot of people are saying is extremely powerful about this particular augment. So let's spawn 20 level 100 corrupted heavy gunners. As you can see, the 3 sleep arrows actually result in quite a lot of spread for the sleep arrow effect. And I guess that could be really useful when you want to do something like, for example, sleep an entire group of enemies, like so, and then you sort of like concentrate an arrow, really murder them with those headshots. But that's totally a different kind of thing. To me personally, I don't particularly think that this augment is all that worth it. And there are several reasons why I don't think this is all that worth it. Like I already demonstrated earlier, the other arrows, not particularly useful. So again, against those level 100 corrupted heavy gunners like so, well, you know what? Great. Now I've spawned 3 totally separate cloak fields. Not particularly helpful. I guess for a support kind of thing, this might be a little bit useful in the sense that you're producing more cloaking fields, but it's kind of really difficult to control where they are going to be. Similarly, creating 3 dash wires, or in this case 2 dash wires, because for whatever reason the middle one didn't work out, maybe it hit something that was unpathable, not particularly helpful either, especially in something like an interception mission. You kind of want to be producing a square if you're going to be doing that kind of thing. At least that's what I would think. And most certainly having 3 noise arrows, not going to be producing much of an additional result as opposed to just using 1 noise arrow. Now thankfully, of course, you can still use 1 arrow at a time if you want. So for example, with my Artemis bow active, I can just use the good old-fashioned middle mouse button and that hits just 1. Similarly, to demonstrate, middle mouse button and I only do 1 dash wire. So the Artemis bow is still capable of doing that. But if you're not using the Artemis bow, you will not have any access to just using 1 of those arrows. It's really important to know this when it comes to this particular augment, because here's the thing about the augment. When you actually use the augment, you consume 20 more energy. Now the UI for this is actually broken. The UI currently states that the amount of energy that I'm using with the power of 3 is 20 energy. That is actually not true. Power of 3 is affected by power efficiency, so just be aware of that. But as you can see, this is a kind of build that I may end up running around with the power of 3 if I ever were to use this particular augment, which I probably won't, so have at it how you will. The increased range is mainly for concentrated arrows, so don't really worry about that. You don't necessarily need range if you're running power of 3, I guess, because you are using 3 arrows, so 3 sleep arrows should be fine with a little bit less power range. So I guess ask yourself this, is this a kind of augment that you will be using a lot? Even if you're trying to do a sleep build, I don't think this is going to be all that helpful in the majority of cases. The reason why is because you need to find yourself in a situation where you have enough enemies spread out that you actually need to use the power of 3 to begin with in order to sleep all of them, but then you also need them to be not obstructed by things like doors and walls and boxes and other various obstructions that will cause the power of 3 to effectively fail in sleeping every single one of them. Otherwise, you're not going to get any value out of it, and you might as well stick to just using the 1 arrow. I feel like at this point, Empowered Quiver is still the better choice, but at the same time, I'm disappointed that both of these augments don't really do anything in particular to help the noise arrow, so I kind of feel like we need another augment for Ivara, or I'd rather DE actually spend some time and give us a much better Empowered Quiver augment, something that actually affects every single one of Ivara's arrows in her quiver. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Are you someone who would use the power of 3? Let me know in the comments. It's really just for open world areas like the plains of Eidolon and maybe Fortuna and a handful of defense/interception missions where you would probably be able to find some good use out of it for those open areas, those nice big areas with a lot of space to use that particular augment, but for everywhere else, it ain't gonna work. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more Warframe content, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye!